I don't know if little Zoe even had the dream to be like, one day I will be in a movie with Reese Witherspoon and I will play her best friend.
Oh, no, yes, that's Theo Martin. He's the editor of Duncan Press. They publish the best contemporary fiction on earth.
Yeah. I only listen to celebrity bios. The Rob Lowe one is my favorite.
I'm Asymina with Narcity. Thanks so much for doing the interview with me today.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
I loved the movie, Your Place or Mine. It's such a great romantic comedy, and it has such a great cast. Zoe, you got to work alongside Reese Witherspoon very closely in the movie. You two basically became on-screen BFFs. So what was it like working with her so closely?
I mean, it was kind of wild. I will be honest. The first couple weeks, I had to get used to it because, you know, she's been a huge star in all of the films that I grew up watching and love. She's also like such a huge game changer for women in this industry and just a real movie star. And so to be in her presence those first couple of weeks was like, I did not expect to be so kind of whoa, but I was, and then she is an amazing person and makes you feel very comfortable and you know, loves TikTok and her kids and while juggling a million other things, and so yeah, she became a real person to me, and yeah, I don't know if little Zoe even had the dream to be like, one day I will be in a movie with Reese Witherspoon and I will play her best friend. Like saying that out loud is moving.
Amazing. Yeah. So it's a dream come true then. That's amazing. Yeah. And Jessie, in a recent interview, you said your career is just starting and you feel like a kid again, having spent 11 years filming Grey's Anatomy. So what has it been like to explore different characters like the one you got to play in this film?
It's been great. It's been truly awesome because it's kind of the first time I'm able to, you know, sign on to new things. They have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and then you move on to something else and try something different, things that are scary, things that you wouldn't expect to be doing, working with incredible co-stars. You know, that's been a wild thing. I've been able to sign up for things, you know, and just people, you know, and they don't text me back, but we get to work together at least on set. And so it certainly feels like I'm able to play, not hold too tightly to things, not make them precious, just have a good time and be present and learn. And that's kind of the most important thing. Just learn, you know, both about myself and what others are doing. And this is a great example of that, especially from Aline and Reese.
Sounds incredible. Zoe, so in the film, the main characters get to swap lives for a little bit. If there was a chance for you to do something like that, who would you swap lives with and why?
I think like a grandmother in Japan. I think that would be cool. I just really want to spend some time in Japan and, you know, putz around.
That's a great answer.
That would be who I'd want to swap for lives for.
Wow, amazing. Jessie, what about you? Is there anyone close or really perhaps your best friend?
I suspect you also just kind of want a free ticket to Japan.
Yes.
But it's a really good,
and housing.
Profound answer. And housing. I'm split between something that is incredibly like exploratory and relaxing out in nature, like go be a damn, you know, sea captain or something, like be out away from the you know, the hustle and bustle of everyday work, but also I think of folks in our business whose careers I think part of what we're doing as actors is swapping lives all the time, right? Like the character I'm playing in a play that I'm doing right now, and I'm swapping lives with. I am that person, you know. Zoe, it was Minka for all of you to see,
still,
and you get to experience that. So I think that is one of the real attractions of what we do for a living, is you get to swap lives with
the
folks,
time.
and that builds, I think it does develop empathy and interest and curiosity for other walks of life and other ways people experience and see the world.
Yeah, that's so true. That's a great answer. And another part of this film is, getting to choose a different career path or a life path than maybe you had previously envisioned. Is there anything else that you wish you had explored if you weren't in acting, Jesse?
Well, yeah, I was certain, when I was very small, I was going to be either a NFL football player or a civil rights attorney. Very quickly, didn't quite fill out to be a football player. But the law, social justice, those things are still deep-seated interests of mine. I'd love to possibly still take the bar and go and explore civil rights law. But that's really what I was certain I'd be doing, particularly when I was heavy as an organizer and an activist. So that world is always going to remain kind of central to my life and kind of be where my heart is.
Okay, thank you. And Zoe, this is a great, Valentine's Day is coming, great rom-com date night idea. Do you have any romantic comedies that are your go-to, besides this film, of course?
Right. After Your Place or Mine, I grew up on old rom-coms like Barefoot in the Park, How to Steal a Million. There's romance and what else? Like Philadelphia Story, To Catch a Thief.
Not Philadelphia.
Philadelphia
Okay.
Story, right? With Jimmy Stewart and everybody. The Shop Around the Corner. I love all those movies that sort of planted or helped shape the mold for all the current rom-coms we get to play inside of.
Yeah, definitely. And Jesse, what is your ultimate Valentine's Day or date? Whether you've done it in the past or, what would be your go-to today?
Compared to other holidays that might lean romantic, I think of Valentine's Day as the place to keep it simple. It's not the place where you go crazy on some adventure trip. It's like a really lovely dinner and a movie in a nice, a very, very stripped down, simple, where you really have to be present with another person, and you're not skydiving, you're not going to do some. It just seems like I think I almost have this the high school mentality when you think about Valentine's Day in high school. You're like, okay, we'll go. You plan a little dinner and you plan a little movie and you get a little crappy bear or something.
I was wondering
this is
I'm
a
like
plush,
a lump of crab.
a plush bear. Something simple and inexpensive on your budget for your job at the bookstore. Earnings. That's my life. I think you just kind of an undistracted presence with the person that you care about.
Yeah, sounds great. And Zoe, it was such a great cast, such a funny cast, Reese, Ashton, Tig Notaro, Steve Zahn. What was it like working with so many amazing people? Is there a funny memory from set that you could share?
On the first day that I met Jesse, actually, we found out that we both grew up in Providence, Rhode Island, and went to rival schools. And that, I don't think people understand how wild that is, because Providence, Rhode Island is so small. Rhode Island is so small. And it's just very specific, the ways in which we have overlapped. You also, I heard, don't you summer in Maine sometimes?
Yeah.
By Deer
Isle?
Deer Isle?
Relatively close.
Okay, because my two best friends live up there.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, I think Jesse Williams I was wearing a sweatshirt with Lobster Company.
I was, or they were?
I was today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Give us a second.
Yeah, sorry. But New England, I also feel there's a kinship I feel with Jesse, because it's two people of color growing up in New England. It's such
there's a lot baked into that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we don't have to talk about because we lived it.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. It was such a great time speaking with you, and I really appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more great content.